Welcome to Garden Ideas, your cozy corner for creative gardening inspiration. Today, we're diving into stunning vertical and hanging garden designs you can build yourself, all from simple, everyday materials. Whether you have a small balcony, a narrow backyard, or just a sunny wall, these ideas will help you grow more in less space, with beauty in every detail. Each design in this video is practical, easy to replicate, and perfect for adding greenery where you least expect it. You'll find clear timestamps below, so you can jump straight to the ideas that inspire you most. And if you have questions or want to share your own tips, drop them in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. If our ideas bring a little more green into your day, consider subscribing to Garden Ideas for more creative, space-saving designs you can actually do at home. Now, let's explore the magic of vertical gardening together. There's something about this little blue puppy that makes you stop and smile before you even notice the basil growing from its head. The floppy ears painted in soft strokes, the wide round eyes full of playful curiosity, and a happy grin that seems to greet you every time you pass by. It feels less like a planter, more like a friend keeping watch over your greens. This charming piece began life as a discarded plastic bottle, the sort that often ends up forgotten in a recycling bin. A good rinse, a steady hand, and a splash of cheerful blue paint transformed it into a lively garden companion. The top was carefully cut open to hold water and nutrients, perfect for basil to thrive without the need for soil. Basil loves the warmth of gentle sunlight, so this puppy enjoys a spot on the patio where morning light filters through. Its compact size makes it easy to move indoors on rainy days or to a kitchen counter when you want herbs within reach. For beginners, this is an ideal hydroponic start. Minimal mess, minimal space, yet maximum charm. The joy isn't just in growing basil, but in the making itself. Kids will love helping paint the puppy's features, while adults will find a quiet satisfaction in turning waste into something alive and beautiful. And when the basil is ready, pluck a few leaves, add them to a meal, and smile knowing your little blue friend had a part in it. It's a reminder that gardening doesn't always need to be serious. Sometimes it can be playful, personal, and full of small, happy surprises. It's hard not to laugh when you see this little green monster peeking from the corner of the garden. With its bulging, googly eyes and jagged grin, it looks like it might leap up and tell you a joke. But instead of mischief, it grows lettuce, lush, crisp leaves spilling from its head like a wild green crown. This monster began life as an ordinary plastic bottle, the kind you might finish and forget. But with a splash of paint, a pair of cartoon eyes, and a smile full of teeth, it's now the garden's comic relief. The opening at the top serves as a perfect home for hydroponic lettuce, roots dipping into nutrient-rich water, growing clean and fresh without soil. Placed on a sunny windowsill or tucked onto a patio table, it adds an instant spark of personality to small spaces. Lettuce loves plenty of light, so the monster enjoys basking under the afternoon sun, soaking up warmth while its leaves grow fuller each day. Making it is as fun as watching it grow. Children love painting the silly face, while adults appreciate the creativity and sustainable spirit behind it. Every time you pluck a few crisp leaves for a salad, you can't help but smile at the thought that your garden helper has such a wild hairstyle. It's proof that even the smallest, quirkiest ideas can bring joy to your home. This green monster doesn't just grow plants. It grows laughter, memories, and a daily reminder that gardening can be just as playful as it is practical. In the corner of the garden, a little white sheep rests quietly, her eyes closed as if drifting in a soft afternoon nap. The curls of her will catch the sunlight, glowing faintly, while from her head sprouts a crown of green kale, lush, crisp, and full of life. She seems less like a container and more like a character from a countryside dream, patiently tending her leafy treasure. This gentle companion began as an empty plastic bottle, once bound for the recycling pile. A layer of creamy white paint, touches of pink on the ears, and textured, made from scraps of fabric or cotton transformed it into something both charming and useful. The cut top holds water or a light growing medium, perfect for hydroponic kale to thrive without the clutter of soil. Sheep are symbols of calm, and this little planter brings that same feeling to any space. Whether perched on a windowsill, sitting on a kitchen counter, or tucked among other plants in a sunny garden nook. Kale loves bright light and steady hydration, and here it finds both a home that is as delightful to see as it is functional. Crafting this piece is as comforting as the finished result. Children can help with painting and attaching wool, while adults can enjoy the satisfaction of turning waste into a living work of art. Each time you harvest a few leaves for cooking, you'll remember that your sheep has been quietly growing them for you, season after season. It's a tender reminder that beauty and purpose can live side by side, and that even the simplest materials can be reborn into something magical when touched by a little imagination and care. There's a quiet kind of joy in the way this little cat sleeps, her painted eyelids lowered in peaceful rest, cheeks touched with a faint blush as if dreaming of sunny afternoons. From her head springs a crown of mint leaves, crisp and aromatic, their green vibrancy adding a playful twist to her calm expression. This planter began its life as an ordinary plastic bottle, the sort you might toss without a second thought. But a few cuts, a gentle coat of pastel white paint, and the simple addition of feline details, soft whiskers, curved tail, turn it into a garden companion with both charm and purpose. The cut top holds water or lightweight growing media, allowing mint roots to drink in nutrients with no soil mess. Mint thrives in this setup, sending up new shoots quickly, and its fragrance lingers in the air each time you brush past. Placed on a sunny windowsill or balcony table, the sleepy kitty adds a sense of comfort to any space. It's not just a planter, it's a moment of calm you can carry into your daily life. Crafting it is a pleasure in itself. The soft strokes of the paintbrush, the curve of the ears, the final flourish of a pink blush that brings her face to life. Every time you pluck a few leaves for tea or garnish, you're reminded that even discarded things can grow into something beautiful and nurturing. In her quiet way, this sleepy kitty teaches that sustainability isn't only about reusing. It's about finding warmth, creativity, and life in the most unexpected places. The little fox sits proudly on a garden table, her ears perked high, cheeks warm with a blush, and a wide smile that seems to welcome you into her corner of green. From the crown of her head spills a soft, feathery mane of coriander, bright, fragrant, and ready to flavor your next meal. She began life as nothing more than an empty plastic bottle, her future seemingly bound for the recycling bin. But a wash, a careful trim, and layers of soft pink and white paint gave her new purpose. The perked ears, the gentle eyes, the touch of blush. Each detail turns this fox into more than just a planter. She becomes a lively little character in your hydroponic garden. Inside, her cut-open top holds nutrient-rich water, feeding the coriander roots cleanly and efficiently without soil. This simple hydroponic setup keeps the leaves fresh and vibrant, making it easy to harvest just what you need for salads, soups, or garnish. She's just as happy perched on a sunny balcony as she is brightening a kitchen windowsill. And the joy comes not only from growing coriander, but from the act of creating her, painting her features, watching her fur grow fuller each week. For children, she's a fun and friendly introduction to sustainability. For adults, she's a playful reminder that even the smallest act of creativity can turn waste into something both useful and full of charm. In her pink coat and green mane, this happy fox shows that gardening is not only about what you grow, but about the smiles it brings along the way. On the edge of the garden bench, a little pink pig sits contently, her round body glowing in the sunlight, glasses perched just above her smiling snout. From her head bursts a crown of fresh green leaves, lettuce so crisp it sways gently in the breeze. She's a creature of joy and purpose, quietly turning a patch of recycled plastic into life. She began as an empty bottle, rinsed clean and reshaped with a careful cut. A coat of bright pink paint brought her to life, with tiny details, curled ears, a coiled tail, a hint of blush on the cheeks, adding personality. The wide opening at the top holds water and nutrients, perfect for hydroponic growing. Lettuce roots dip into the solution, drawing everything they need to grow full and tender without a speck of soil. Placed on a windowsill, a kitchen counter, or outdoors on a sunny day, she brings an instant cheerfulness to any space. The light catches her pink body, the green crown above her head, creating a simple but beautiful contrast. Making her is a craft of shared laughter. Children paint her snout and tail, adults guide the cuts and planting. And once the leaves grow tall, harvesting becomes an act of gratitude, a small reminder of how creativity can bring food to the table and smiles to the heart. This piggy planter isn't just a container for greens. She's a symbol of how something once discarded can nurture life again. Bright, lighthearted, and utterly functional, she turns everyday gardening into a little celebration of color, freshness, and care. He sits quietly by the window, his droopy eyelids giving the impression he might nod off at any moment. A tiny yellow beak peeks out from his rounded blue and white body, while a tuft of fresh mint leaves grows from the top, swaying gently whenever a breeze drifts through. This sleepy penguin looks as though he belongs in a cool coastal village, but here he is, bringing calm charm to your garden space. Once, he was just another empty plastic bottle, but a little trimming, some pain in soothing tones, and a pair of drowsy eyes turned him into a character worth keeping around. The top opening holds fresh water or a light hydroponic medium, giving mint roots everything they need to grow without the mess of soil. Mint thrives in his care, its fragrance a pleasant contrast to his sleepy expression. Whether you place him on a balcony, a windowsill, or a kitchen shelf, he offers both greenery and a sense of gentle humor. Children love his lazy charm, while adults appreciate the mix of creativity and functionality. The making is just as rewarding as a result. Painting his small beak, outlining his eyes, watching him slowly come to life. And when the mint is ready for harvest, a quick snip adds flavor to tea, salads, or desserts. This penguin proves that sustainability doesn't have to be serious. It can be whimsical, lighthearted, and even a little drowsy, reminding us that a garden should be a place for smiles as much as it is for growth. In the middle of the garden table sits a frog with a grin, so wide it feels like he's just heard the best joke in the world. His round, green face beams on the sun, while from the top of his head sprouts a lush crown of lettuce, vivid, fresh, and almost comically like wild hair. This happy companion started life as a plain plastic bottle, but a splash of lively green paint, a pair of big googly eyes, and a simple smile transformed into a garden friend full of personality. A neat cut at the top allows space for hydroponic growing, roots reaching down into fresh water and nutrients, keeping the lettuce clean and crisp without soil. He thrives in a sunny spot, soaking up warmth while his leafy hair grows fuller each day. Children are instantly drawn to him, eager to check if Froggy's hair has gotten longer overnight. Adults, too, can't help but smile at the sight and often find themselves harvesting leaves with more joy than usual. The making is lighthearted, painting the bright green body, fixing the eyes, and giving him that signature smile is as satisfying as planting the lettuce itself. And when harvest time comes, you'll remember that it wasn't just about growing food. It was about creating something that makes you happy every time you see it. This frog shows that gardening can leap beyond the practical. It can be fun, colorful, and a little bit silly. Proof that even the humblest bottle can be reborn as a joyful burst of green life. From across the patio, the octopus seems to be watching with playful curiosity, its painted eyes wide and tentacles curling outward in an unspoken wave. Instead of ocean water, the crown of its head is filled with spinach, lush green, and reaching upward as if to catch the sun. This sea creature began as a simple plastic bottle, forgotten until it was rescued and given new life with a coat of rich purple paint and bright yellow accents. Each wiggly arm was carefully shaped and detailed, giving it the unmistakable look of a joyful ocean friend. The top was cut open to hold fresh water or a lightweight growing medium, providing spinach with the perfect environment to grow clean and healthy. Placed in a sunny spot, it thrives much like seaweed swaying in the tide. Except here, the leaves are tender, edible, and ready for the kitchen. The contrast of deep purple and fresh green makes it a striking piece, perfect for brightening any balcony, garden shelf, or indoor corner. Making it is as fun as admiring it. The painting feels like bringing character to life, and watching the spinach grow taller each week adds to the satisfaction. It's a garden project that delights both children and adults, blending creativity with practical gardening. This octopus reminds us that gardens don't have to stay rooted in tradition. They can dive into playful territory, carrying a bit of the ocean's whimsy into everyday life. And every harvest feels like a small treasure pulled from the deep, fresh, green, and grown with a smile. Perched on the windowsill, the little yellow chick seems to be basking in the morning sun. Its sleepy painted eyes, tiny orange beak, and soft rounded wings give it a look of garden friend just waking up to greet the day. From the top of its head, a tuft of fresh leafy greens grows upward, like feathery hair swaying gently in the breeze. Once just an empty plastic bottle, this chick was transformed with a coat of bright yellow paint and a few thoughtful details. The open top serves as a perfect space for hydroponic planting, where roots can dip into clean water or nutrient solution. This setup keeps the greens fresh, healthy, and ready for harvest without the mess of soil. The chick thrives in sunny spots, on kitchen counters, balcony ledges, or nestled among other planters in a garden corner. Its compact size means it fits anywhere, bringing with it a pop of color and a playful touch. Children love checking on its feathers as they grow, while adults find joy and simplicity of caring for it. Creating this planter is as cheerful as the result. The painting invites creativity, from the curve of the beak to the softness of the wings. And when the greens are ready to pick, it's a satisfying reminder that beauty and function can grow together. This little chick proves that a garden doesn't have to be grand to be delightful. Sometimes it's the smallest, sunniest characters that make the biggest difference, adding not only food to your table, but a daily smile to your space. The little orange monkey sits with a grin, so wide it feels as though he's just pulled a garden prank. His big round eyes sparkle with mischief, and his sculpted ears stick out proudly from the sides of his bright bottle body. From the top of his head, a wild mane of spinach leaves bursts upward, as if his latest joke made his hair stand on end. This playful planter started as an empty plastic bottle, destined for the bin, but a splash of vivid orange paint, a few careful cuts, and the addition of sculpted ears turned it into a character with personality. Inside, hydroponic spinach grows clean and crisp, the roots drinking from nutrient-rich water without the need for soil. He's happiest in a sunny spot, perched on a garden bench, a balcony shelf, or even a kitchen windowsill. The contrast of his orange body and green crown catches the eye instantly, making him a natural conversation starter. Making him is as fun as seeing him grow. Children love painting his grin and shaping his ears, while adults enjoy the creativity and sustainability this project brings. And when it's time to harvest the spinach, it's impossible not to smile at the idea that your garden's funniest resin helped grow it. The cheeky monkey proves that gardening can be both practical and playful. In his own bright and bold way, he turns recycled waste into a burst of life, laughter, and fresh greens, reminding us that a thriving garden should always make room for a little fun. Perched quietly on the shelf, the little koala looks as if it's enjoying a peaceful morning nap. Its round, fluffy ears and gentle painted smile seem almost alive, while from the top of its head sprout fresh chives, straight and green, swaying gently whenever a breeze drifts past. This calm companion began life as nothing more than a used plastic bottle, but with a soft coat of gray paint, white accents, and a few simple details to shape the ears and eyes, it was transformed into a charming hydroponic planter. The open top holds clean water or a lightweight growing medium, giving the chives everything they need to thrive without soil. The koala thrives in a bright spot, on a balcony, kitchen counter, or sunny windowsill, where the chives can stretch toward the light. Their fresh, mild onion scent is a welcome addition to any kitchen, making harvesting a joyful and practical part of daily cooking. Creating the koala is as soothing as the finished result. The slow brush strokes, the careful shaping of the ears, and the final touch of serene smile make it feel like more than just a craft. It's a moment of quiet creativity. Children find joy in painting its face, while adults appreciate the blend of beauty, function, and sustainability. This koala proves that gardening doesn't have to be loud or showy. Sometimes, it's about small acts that bring calm, greenery, and a little life to forgotten corners. And in the gentle presence of this planter, even the simplest herbs feel a little more special. On the edge of the garden shelf sits a raccoon with a knowing grin, its painted black mask making it look like it's up to something clever. Perched proudly in the sunlight, it wears a crown of fresh basil, bright green leaves spilling upward as if they've grown wilder with every sunny day. Once an empty bottle, it was brought to life with strokes of gray, black, and white paint. The signature mask and perked ears give a spark of personality, while a neatly cut opening at the top makes room for a hydroponic home. Inside, basil roots stretch down into nutrient-rich water, thriving without a hint of soil. This planter thrives in bright, warm spots, on a patio table, a balcony ledge, or a sunny kitchen counter, where the basil can soak up a light and fill the air with its fragrant aroma. The combination of the raccoon's playful charm and the fresh scent of herbs makes it a favorite among both gardeners and guests. Making it is a creative pleasure. Painting the mask and shaping the ears feels like bringing a little character into the world. And the first sprout of basil feels like a shared victory. Children giggle at the raccoon's sly look, while adults admire the way it turns a bit of plastic waste into something both beautiful and useful. The clever raccoon reminds us that gardens aren't just for growing food. They're also for growing joy, imagination, and connection. In this little planter, sustainability wears a cheeky smile and serves up fresh herbs at the same time. In the corner of the balcony, a cat sits with a look that says she knows she's the queen of this garden. Her painted pink whiskers stretch out proudly, her ears stand tall, and her smirk is as confident as a sunny afternoon. From her head bursts a crown of celery, tall, leafy, and wild, as if it's part of her untamed style. This garden diva began life as a simple plastic bottle, rescued from the recycling pile and transformed with bold strokes of paint. The pointed ears, whiskers, and a sly smile gave her personality, while a clean cut at the top created space for a hydroponic home. Celery roots now reach down into nutrient-rich water, growing crisp and fresh without the clutter of soil. She thrives in bright, steady sunlight, soaking it up as if she's sunbathing in her own little kingdom. The celery's vibrant green contrasts beautifully with her painted face, making her a striking focal point in any small garden or windowsill display. Creating her is as much fun as watching her grow. Painting her features feels like bringing a character to life, while planting the celery turns her into a living, edible sculpture. Children love her sass, adults admire her charm, and everyone enjoys the crunch of freshly harvested celery stalks. The sassy cat reminds us that gardening doesn't always have to be quiet and modest. Sometimes it can strut a little, show its personality, and turn even a humble recycled bottle into something that demands attention, while still serving up a fresh snack. In a quiet corner of the garden, the fox rests with eyes gently closed, her tall ears alert yet softened by the calm of the afternoon. From her head flows a mane of green grass, thick, soft, and swaying slightly in the warm breeze. She feels less like a planter and more like a piece of woodland magic brought to life. This fox began as an ordinary plastic bottle, unremarkable until it was shaped, painted, and given a personality. Soft orange and white tones brought warmth to her face, while delicate whiskers and fine lines added character. The top was cut open to hold water, or a lightweight growing medium, perfect for nurturing grass hydroponically without soil. Placed in a spot with bright light, the grass grows quickly, creating a lush fur that needs only occasional trimming. She looks perfectly at home on a balcony, kitchen counter, or garden table, where her colors glow against the greenery around her. Making her is a gentle, satisfying process. Painting her face with care, seeing her expression take shape, and finally planting the seeds that will complete her look. Children delight in her friendly presence, checking each day to see the grass grow longer, while adults enjoy her blend of artistry and practical greenery. The sleepy fox reminds us that sustainable gardening can also be whimsical and comforting, with just a touch of creativity. Even the most ordinary materials can become part of a story, one where nature, imagination, and craft meet in a little bottle that dreams under the sun. From the corner of the pergola, a small white cat dangles gently in the afternoon breeze. Her cheeks are painted a soft pink, her eyes wide with curiosity, and a faint smile curves across her face. From the crown of her head, basil spills upward, fresh and green, as if she's wearing a living headdress. This hanging planter began as a simple plastic bottle, cut, cleaned, and transformed with careful brushstrokes into something full of personality. The addition of rustic jute twine allows her to hang in places where sunlight filters in gently, on balconies near kitchen windows or under a garden beam. Inside, basil thrives in the clean hydroponic setup. The roots dip into water, enriched with nutrients, growing leaves that stay tender and aromatic. Each time you pass by, the scent rises, mixing with the warm air and making even a small space feel fresh and alive. Crafting her is a blend of art and function, painting the gentle curve of her smile, blushing her cheeks just right, and choosing the perfect spot for her to hang turns a simple DIY into a small ritual of care. Children love to watch her sway, while adults appreciate the charm she adds without taking up precious counter or floor space. The blushing cat shows how gardening can happen anywhere, even in the air, by turning an overlooked bottle into a suspended little friend. You bring greenery into unexpected places, proof that sustainability can be as playful and heartwarming as it is practical. Perched proudly on the balcony railing, the tropical parrot catches the sun, its painted feathers glowing in red, green, and gold. A bright yellow beak curves in a playful grin, while from the crown of its head bursts a spray of parsley leaves, fresh, feathery, and alive with the scent of the garden. This vibrant character started as nothing more than a used plastic bottle, with bold strokes of paint. Feather patterns came to life, and a small cut at the top made way for a thriving hydroponic herb garden. The parsley roots drink from clean, nutrient-rich water, growing tender leaves ready to be picked for the kitchen. The parrot thrives in sunny spots, whether at a balcony ledge, garden table, or even a bright indoor windowsill. Its colorful body and green crown make an eye-catching accent, sparking conversation and adding a playful tropical note to the space. Crafting it feels like a small celebration, each painted feather adding to its personality, the planting giving it a purpose beyond decoration. Children are drawn to its bright colors, while adults enjoy the practicality of growing fresh herbs in such a joyful container. This parrot reminds us that gardening doesn't have to blend quietly into the background. Sometimes it can sing out in full color, bringing energy and life to even the smallest of spaces. And when you snip a few parsley leaves for cooking, it's like taking a little piece of sunshine and adding it to your meal. Leaping from the edge of the garden shelf, the little dolphin smiles as if it's caught mid-joke. Its smooth blue and white body glimmers in the sunlight, and from the top of its head flows a cascade of water spinach. Long, tender leaves that ripple like seaweed in an underwater current. This cheerful sea friend began life as a plain plastic bottle, rinsed and reshaped with a few careful cuts. A coat of soft ocean blues, a rounded nose, and a friendly "I brought the dolphin" to life, while an opening at the top created the perfect home for hydroponic planting. The water spinach thrives in clean, nutrient-rich water, growing crisp and fresh without soil. The dolphin feels most at home in bright, breezy spots, on a balcony ledge, garden table, or even indoors by a sunny window. Its playful look and flowing greenery make it a natural focal point, turning any corner into a little piece of the seaside, making it as calming as watching the ocean itself. Painting the gentle curves of its body, adding the smile, and planting the greens transforms a discarded item into a living decoration. Children love its animated look, while adults appreciate the mix of charm and practical food growing. This dolphin proves that a garden can carry the joy of the coast, even miles from the shore. It's a reminder that sustainability can also be playful, and that even the smallest splash of creativity can send ripples through your space, bringing freshness and life where you least expect it. In the dappled light of the garden, a small hedgehog sits patiently, his painted brown fur catching the sun, tiny eyes sparkling with quiet curiosity. From the top of his head grows a crown of rosemary, spiky yet soft, fragrant enough to scent the air each time you brush past. This little guardian of the herbs began as a humble plastic bottle, with a few careful cuts and a layer of warm brown paint. His body took shape. Fine strokes created the illusion of fur, while a gentle smile gave him personality. The opening at the top became the perfect place for hydroponic planting, letting rosemary roots drink deeply from nutrient-rich water. He thrives in sunny spots, soaking up warmth that keeps the rosemary growing strong and aromatic. Whether perched on a windowsill, tucked among garden flowers, or placed on a kitchen counter, the hedgehog brings both flavor to meals and charm to the space. Crafting him is as enjoyable as tending to the herb. Each painted detail brings him closer to life, and planting the rosemary transforms him from a decoration into a living, growing companion. Children enjoy his friendly face, while adults admire the cleverness of turning a simple bottle into something so full of character. This hedgehog reminds us that gardening can be about more than plants. It can be about the personalities we invite into our spaces. With just a little creativity, even discarded items can take on new life, adding warmth, beauty, and a touch of whimsy to the everyday ritual of growing green.